I'm gonna keep it going.
Judge Shady Court gonna
Alright,
get a
so
shout out.
yo,
Happy New Year.
Chopper, what up?
Ray J in the building.
Like I'm so dolo to where you never expect
Fair
me to be
use
down the street, so
commentary.
I'm just like I can move through.
I gave
I
out
can
some
move
good
through everywhere.
advice
Actually, watch this.
for the holiday.
No drinking, Judge Shady Court. Damn. Okay.
Judge Shady gave out some free advice. I like the side of Ray
Happy New
J.
Year to everybody.
Fair use commentary. Cool, calm, and collected. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Judge Shady Court. I am around here, and we're going to be chatting about courtroom drama. By now, you should know you've been seeing all the YouTubers. Shout out to all the YouTubers that's on the Diddy trial. Lord have mercy. Everybody and their mother is up there in New York, and they're giving us a play-by-play of what's going down. Always say this is the trial of the decade, and this will set the tone for the movement of hip hop. I mean, is it the death of hip hop when Diddy is sentenced to prison? Now, let's be clear. I am going to give my own opinion about what I've been seeing so far with the prosecution's case, and as far as where I think that this trial is heading. Okay, as you can see in the title, we will be discussing coercion. What does that mean exactly? Did the prosecution so far on this fourth day of the Diddler trial, did they prove that so far? Okay, and we will actually break down what constitutes coercion. Okay, now I might be messing that word up a little later, but it's all good for now. Shout out to you. Welcome, jurors. Welcome to new jurors. This is Judge Shady Court, and we're going to give up our little spiel really quick on what we've been seeing as far as the Diddler, okay? We're going to get back to that. So, listen, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on in these YouTube streets. And another video, the judge will be coming back with the black beefs, okay? There is a lot of folks beefing. So this algorithm is officially not all about Jaguar right now. So that's a good thing. The judge like progress, okay? Jaguar here and Jaguar there. But listen, this is a crazy time right now. Like I said, Sean Combs is on trial for all kinds of charges, okay? He's been charged with 5 charges, and they trying to slam him to the ground. Now, what the judge has been saying so far, in my own opinion, we have been witnessing Cassie, which is Diddy's ex-girlfriend. What we've been witnessing is a heavy case of domestic violence. Okay. Now I am still waiting. It's still early in the trial, only the first week. Now I am still waiting for anything that could show any signs of sex trafficking as well as racketeering. So we're going to break all that stuff down, what he's charged with, and we're not going to be in here too long. Make sure you thumbs up the video. I appreciate it. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. All your opinions matter up over here. We're going to stop focusing on the beef real quick for a little bit, and we're going to get back to it because I told y'all the beef ain't going nowhere. Once you go black beef, you'll never go back. Okay, so we're going to do that in a separate video where we're unlocking all the new characters. Okay, now I must say there's some of the new characters that have been unlocked. I want to undo it. They are officially off the chain, and I am enjoying the show. I'm sitting back and just watching, minding the business that pays the judge. Okay, listen, there's a lot of YouTubers as far as Tisa Tells, Armand Wiggins, Mims, a lot of our black YouTubers and content creators are officially up in New York City, and they are following this trial. I told y'all a couple of days ago that be prepared, okay? This case isn't certainly not for the weak. Be prepared to hear all kinds of scandalous. I'm talking scandalous. Some things that you absolutely couldn't have never imagined. Okay. Now somebody jumped in my DM and they were saying, well, Evie, do you think Cassie and Kim stayed because of the coins? Listen, I can say it's a plethora of things. Okay, let's be clear. Shout out to all the victims. Listen, we have got to put a stop to domestic violence. It's taking a lot of people out. I think this is one of the worst cases so far. Upon hearing Cassie's official testimony about what she went through with one of the most powerful men in hip hop Hollywood that we could ever think of. I told y'all that this trial is going to be messy. Some of the things that I've heard so far, I told you to brace yourself. Now, listen, this ain't all the meat and potatoes. There is more to come. If you think you couldn't stomach most of the stuff that's going on now, just hold on, okay? It gets a lot worse because it's going to start being characters that's coming to the forefront, and they will be sharing exactly what their experiences was. And I'm going to tell y'all, it's going to get a lot gruesome from here, okay? Just brace yourself, all right? It is so crazy to be witnessing this in 2025. I say this is one of the most important trials of the decade, okay? And this is my own opinion, because when you equate Puff Daddy and Sean Diddy Combs to the music industry, this dude was running about 98% of the radio plays and the radio airwaves. If it wasn't Bad Boy, if Sean Diddy Combs didn't have his hand in on something, then it wasn't official. Okay, so it's a lot. What's up, Lisa, baby? What's up? What's up? I know it's busy in them streets. We appreciate you for stopping by. I'll be in the same circles you be in, Lisa. I just be in them bushes where it's safe. I'll pop back out when it's safe. What's up, Lisa? Thank you for thumbsing up the video. I appreciate it. Listen, it's a lot going on, man. Like I'm telling y'all, we have not gotten into the most severe parts of the case. Now, wait a minute. You might ask yourself, I know, you might ask yourself, you mean to tell me it get worse than this? Absolutely. I told y'all that about a week and a half ago from some stuff that I had seen. Let me tell you this. It's finna get uglier, okay, before it get better. However, as a judge and as a civilian, I am not convinced so far that the feds, okay, y'all know the feds, I am not convinced that the feds or the prosecution has proved their case right now beyond a reasonable doubt. Okay, so we're going to break that down. But we're going to take a quick break. We're going to pivot back from this right here. Okay, we're going to pivot back real quick because I need to get into something. Now, listen, lenders and Pauls. Listen up. Okay, I keep telling y'all that being a Black woman is one of the most hardest things in the world to do. Okay, being a Black woman is very hard. Okay, can't nobody do it like the Black queen and the Black African American women. No matter how you try to slice and dice it up, there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, we're just unique. There will never be another, and most people could never. Okay, let's be clear around here in this courtroom. See, nobody want to hear this kind of teaching because they so busy preaching. Anyway, the show will go on around here. Y'all know we dance our own beat around here, and we write our own songs, and we produce them and lay them up tracks. Okay, listen, make sure if you're just tuned in, welcome to Judge Shady Court. I'm the official hood judge where it gets no hooded right here in my courtroom. Okay, do not feed the animals no matter how much they beg. Anyway, listen, as I said the other day on my community wall. Now listen, Black women, while we are very powerful with anything we put our mind through, this is one case right here that I'm going to have to tell you all to stand down. Okay, just stand down. Okay, stand down. Thank you. This is Denise Bordeaux. She's a model, and she's with Lil Wayne, Lil Tunchi, Lil Weezy, baby. Anyway, she just hit the airwaves a couple of days ago. A lot of us are aware that they were together some years back. We were not aware that they had rekindled their bromance. I meant to say they romance. So when the judge was strolling through, I'll tell you why this is not our fight. Okay, we do not condone violence, and we absolutely support victims, all victims around here on this here channel. Okay, forget what you heard. We know we only got 3 people in the building, but the Lord said, well, one is gathered, then we got service. I think is that what the Lord said, Lisa? Anyway, listen, this is not our fight. Okay, this is Miss Denise Bordeaux. And allegedly she hit the airwaves and said Lil Weezy done put her out. Now, this is why I'm telling y'all, this is a bad time right now to get involved, okay? Now, y'all know Lil Weezy, baby. Y'all know Lil Weezy did not get the Super Bowl chance that he absolutely could have had he not been over there sipping on that scissor. Wait a minute, Lisa. Okay. Anyway, Lil Wayne absolutely did not get that spot. It went to Kendrick Lamar. They not like us, and you could never. Anyway, I'm sure that's not his lyric. Anyway, the judge gets sidetracked. I told you this is a hood court. If Diddy was up here in our courtroom, we absolutely will have something for him. A swift verdict, okay? Justice will be served. Looking like Santa Claus. Anyway, Lil Wayne is really upset right now. Y'all know he was having some little issues back and forth. You know, he thought he should have gotten that Super Bowl spot. And then, you know, on top of that, Lil Wayne is still fighting for his coins up around there. He still ain't got everything that's owed him and Birdman, allegedly. Tony Braxton's husband. I don't know why the heck she would want that to happen. Anyway, next thing I know, the judge tries to stay busy and stay in these streets. Make sure y'all doing this really quick. Shout out to us. We are at 3,700 subscribers. The judge will be back on camera, up close and personal at 5K. Because otherwise, why in the heck am I doing this? But anyway, this is why this is not our fight. And as this court, we are issuing an immediate injunction, okay, to stand down. This is not our fight. But I'll tell you, young lady, why you pissed this court off today.
Okay, so for everyone DMing me about my story I posted, yeah, this is actually a fact. Wayne literally kicked me and my daughter out on Mother's Day today, and I am just recovering from surgery. I am 5 weeks out from a full mommy makeover. I can't even lift boxes, but this man has his assistants and people coming to help kick us out today. Like, and broke up with me on Mother's Day through text.
And
like,
my birthday's next
what?
weekend.
And her birthday's next weekend. And I leave to New York this week for all the Sports Illustrated press. Like, when I tell you that I am absolutely unsure on how to even process my emotions, like, if y'all got lawyer recommendations, please send them, because, you know. So, yeah, I know he has 2 girls being flown in today, and who knows how many plethora of girls he has. I've been nothing but supportive to this man, loved him till the end of the fucking world, but like, you literally flew me, uprooted me from New York City where I was living and brought me here for this bullshit. Like, that's crazy, you guys. Like, these men really be taking advantage. And it's not just the emotional abuse. Like, this man has actually laid a fucking hand on me. Like, nah. And I took it, you know what's crazy is they always say, like, we're so stupid for love, and I thought it was like a mistake. But like, I know other women he's put his hands on. And today, it's okay. We're about to go back to the house that we live in together with my fucking daughter, and we're gonna see what really goes down, because this is absolutely crazy and a new low even for him.
Child, what is going on? I didn't even know Lil Wayne was in a relationship, let alone with this woman. Apparently she is a model of some sort, but the fact that she is saying that he put her out on Mother's Day, her and her daughter, and she's also alleging that he is abusive. I mean, I hate that this woman is going through this situation, and I hope she figures a way up out of it. But we as women have to stop thinking that, oh, if it's me, he's gonna treat me different than the last girl. Oh, because of who I am and how I.
Now, once again, man, that's Lil Wayne's ex-girlfriend. Like I said, we didn't even know they were back together. Some people didn't even know they were together. You said, I'm good, no thank you. Lisa, you're a mess. Shout out to the replayers. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now, listen, this is why I'm saying that this isn't our fight. Excuse me. This absolutely isn't our fight, because Lil Wayne, okay, Lil Weezy, Lil Tunchi, all right, we had no clue that he even was public currently with this young lady. Now, while we do not condone violence, ma'am, let me tell you something. We are definitely praying for you. Lil Wayne, if you putting your hands on this 6 feet 2-inch tall lady, shame on you. Ma'am, Miss Denise, all you got to do is get you a hot skillet or a hot pot of grits, okay? That will sit that little midget down in the judge's own opinion, okay? Now, the judge does not practice violence. She just said, stir up a hot pot of grits. And when he get close enough, Medea one time. Listen, this is not our fight, so we're personally going to stand down. Now, ma'am, let me tell you this. I didn't appreciate you throwing a young daughter up in there. I believe children should be allowed to be kids, just that. You threw that young lady up in there, your little daughter up in there for good measure, to try to seek sympathy from the public. However, that young teenager, your young daughter, should not be around understanding, what you and him going through personally. You don't know the effects that it's taking on her. And I think you should be a better parent and try to shield this young lady from the drama. Instead, you sitting over there putting her on camera and egging her on. Oh, yeah, didn't he throw us out the house? Yeah, she got her little deuces signs. I just think children should be allowed to be children, and adult situations should be just that. That's the only hiccup I have. Listen, I stand with victims if she truly is a victim. Lil Wayne, you little mustard midget side Bama, you ain't got no business putting your hands. I bet you wouldn't try that mess with Toya. Toya Carter. Anyway, stand down, let them handle their own issues. And the young lady, take your young daughter off of camera and keep her out of you and Lil Weezy's personal business. That's the judge's own opinion. Everybody can have their own opinion. Thank you, Lisa. Look like you the only one in here rocking one, but that's okay. The show goes on. The judge ain't never mad. So anyway, stand down, everybody. That is a court order. Stand down. Let Lil Weezy and Miss Denise handle it on their own. Okay, let them handle it on their own. And we're going to scroll right on along. We're going to pray that nobody is injured or harmed and nobody goes to prison. But listen, that's crazy because I don't recall him recently sharing, not even on his IG, that he was with the young lady. Guys, I'm telling you, somebody that absolutely loves you and adore you, they have no problem with posting you if you're a social media person. If somebody is having an issue with acknowledging you publicly, then drop them Bamas, okay? Drop that 0 and get yourself a hero. Be very careful. Watch how people announce you. I always tell people that. Listen. All right, let's move on. Because I'm trying to be out of here about a 30-minute mark. I think that would be great. Let's start off with this video to reminisce a little bit when Diddy was held to the fire after Cassie announced to the world that she was abused. And the man said that was a lie. And then that video dropped. And this is the Diddler.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy. I'm going to rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Well, people, that was the official video that Diddy dropped once he realized that that hotel, allegedly that hotel paid $50K for this surveillance video footage of the incident when he beat poor Cassie down to the ground over there in that little hotel. So a lot of those people now are on trial. They are actually speaking about that incident and what has taken place. Listen, I'm not going to break it down. There's thousands of content creators around here where you guys go check out the content. But we're going to dive into what exactly is coercion. Okay. Now, there's a little chart here. And it all reflects and defines with power and control. Coercion and threats, economic abuse, using privilege, using children and pets, minimizing, denying, and blaming, isolation, emotional abuse. Now, this is what we witnessed within this last couple of days, the last 4 days. This is what we witnessed when it all boiled down to Cassie. Every single emotion on this chart is something that Cassie in this case touched on. I don't know if you guys are focusing on exactly what the prosecution is trying to do. Now, let's break down exactly what is coercion and what constitutes a violation of that law. Okay, so let's go over coercion. Coercion is the act or process of persuading someone forcefully to do something that they do not want to do. It was vital that the election should be free of coercion or intimidations. Okay. Force, pressure, threats, bullying. Those are examples of coercion. Okay. If physical force or the immediate threat of physical force is used, then coercion constituting domestic violence is a category B felony. Okay. So hence, this is why this has become a criminal case. Okay. Remember, you have criminal and civil cases. This is punishable by imprisonment for 1 to 6 years. Okay, they got the little maximum fine on there. All right, so let's go over here and see what acts, okay, would constitute coercion. All right, now mind you, think about all of the testimony that Cassie got up here and told, okay, and be mindful that the government, the state, is trying to charge Diddy. All right, let's read over his charges. Let's see what the state is charging him for really quick. All right, let me Google it real quick. Sean Combs' current charges. All right, let's see what that says. All right, let's see what he's being charged with. All right. So let's see exactly. All right. So let's see. He's facing racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Okay, that could lead him up to a life sentence if he's actually convicted. My goodness. Whoo. All right. So they're not really listing all of the charges, but I think we have an idea. Okay, we got the racketeering conspiracy, 2 charges of X trafficking, and 2 charges of transportation. Okay, to engage. Wow. All right, so let's break this down. Professional opinions. Opinions from experts such as therapists or counselors. Okay, these are usually people that can determine if coercion has been included. Okay, records of pressure. Any documentations or records showing that the coercion affected the person's ability to make a free and voluntary decision. Physical evidence, photographs, or medical records documenting any inquiries sustained as a result of the coercion. Evidence of the coercive control. This may include documentation, and we've been seeing a lot of this, evidence, videos, all this stuff in the Diddy's trial. And the Diddy trial has come to light. Okay. Now, if you've been watching a lot of the YouTubers, aka content creators, that put YouTube on the map for 2025, you'll see that all types of stuff has been leaking. Hence why the feds have a case. They are within their federal rights and federal guidelines to charge him with racketeering and all this stuff. Coercion, while it must be proven, I think within these last 4 days, we've actually so far have been able to say that the prosecution have proved their case that poor Cassie was coerced. Okay, that's just what it is. All right, so let's do some examples of coercion. All right, so being involved in a dangerous criminal organization. Now, mind you, the feds are saying that absolutely, hey, Vibrant, the feds are saying that even though Sean Combs is the only one at the head, the fact that he decided to take a lot of his businesses and create what we call a RICO case. Okay, remember, the minute that Diddy decided to use his companies to fund some of these freak offs, to fund some of this transporting, all this stuff equates. Okay, let's be clear. A lot of this stuff could equate to RICO. And it's as simple as that. So you guys got to understand exactly, even though, thank you so much, Vibrant. Y'all know that's the official YouTube mod over there in the beef sector and work, vibe and work for everybody. We appreciate you, Vibrant. We love you. Make sure you thumbs up the video, like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right. So thank you, baby. All right. So, all right. So being involved in a dangerous criminal organization, being held under false imprisonment. We witnessed that just a couple of days ago, right there on the stand. All right. Threats of physical injury, okay, substantial property damage or similar harm, being pressured to sign a contract or agreement under duress. I think we witnessed all that just from Cassie's recent testimony, okay? Let's see what else. Being coerced, actual activities, being pressured to participate in research studies. Okay, let's talk about the legal context. Coercion is a legal defense that could be used in criminal cases, particularly when someone claims they were forced to commit a crime. Now, the last couple of days, y'all hearing that this is absolutely what Cassie been sitting up there basically alluding to. Okay, not only was she a victim of a lot of these said crimes, she was involved. She has information, evidence, and she was privy. So I think that the prosecution's direction is pretty much like, we pretty much got this case on lock. Okay, all we have to prove is Sean Combs conspired. He incorporated an enterprise that consisted of people that was probably on his payroll. Okay, let's be clear. That can entail chauffeurs, drivers, security. Listen, it becomes an enterprise, guys, because of the alleged activities. Okay, now let's talk about personally what the judge feels. I personally, so far, and like I said, we absolutely support victims. What we've witnessed here for Cassie to still be walking with her head held up high. She is Cassie Strong 100. Okay, shout out to all the victims. It is just amazing to see how she is standing on business as a woman. She's getting up there with courage, with that fine husband of hers, and she's telling the world, look, this is what happened, and this is where I am now. Okay, so listen, I think that the state, the prosecution, why they might have absolutely proved coercion, I still don't really see where's the evidence of a lot of this SMEC trafficking. Where are the records, the hotel logs, the flight logs? Like, there's a lot of things that we haven't seen. Now, be advised, and let's be clear, it's still early in the trial, but I am not completely convinced. Now, I have to be one-on-one with y'all because I don't have any other way around it. Okay, it's looking a little weak for the judge. Lord have mercy. I can absolutely at this point, and if it does not rev up, I can see the Diddler unfortunately getting off on a lot of these charges. Now remember, I personally don't understand why it was federal, and I do a little. I don't understand why it wasn't tried statewise, okay, or in the nearest district court. But let me be clear: whatever the feds have, they might not have laid out everything yet. They just might haven't, and they're working their way up to a lot of things. Like I said, a lot of people were expecting more than just Diddy being arrested or whatever, but it's the actions, guys, that he has taken part in that constitute racketeering. Okay, absolutely. Now, so far, like I said earlier, my God, I'm gonna need to see a little more. Okay, y'all dig a little lower, a little deeper, dig a little deeper, prosecution. Okay, because I'm gonna need a better, little more evidence. Okay, I'm gonna need a little more direction other than us getting up here witnessing one of the most horrific and tragic domestic violence cases that I think I've ever witnessed. Okay, and I think I've seen quite a few. Remember, if you are suffering and you are in a relationship, tell somebody. The most critical time in any domestic violence issue is when it's time to leave. Plan your exit, get out, and tell somebody. Okay. Now, listen, let me be clear about this. While the judge is a woman, a queen in her own right, I absolutely have sympathy. But I cannot help but to wonder. Y'all know Kim Porter, the mother of Sean Combs' twin girls and his son, passed away. Now, they're saying that this is very suspicious, her death. They are actually alleging that Sean Combs allegedly is responsible for a lot of folks passing on. Now, we don't know. We do know that what's done in the dark absolutely will come to the light. No matter how you try to spin it or flip it, it absolutely will come to the light. Now, rest in peace to Kim Porter. But I want to say this. Sometimes as women, and I know we all don't understand when somebody stays, or if you've been in a DV situation, you understand that there's no one situation alike. Ultimately, the goal is to come out of the relationship with your life, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of women are not doing that these days. However, I can't help but to wonder, was it all worth it for Kim Porter and Cassie in the end? Especially with Kim Porter, she had a bigger duty. And let's be clear, Kim obviously was aware of her man, okay? His habits, his behaviors, his wants, his thoughts, his dreams. She was absolutely around when he was dealing with Cassie. Ultimately, when was the right time for Kim Porter to put her children first? Okay, sometimes when we become mothers, at the end of the day, the game changes, okay? And some things you got to look in your children's eyes and you got to ask yourself, is it all worth it? You know, I really wish this young lady was still here, such a beautiful human being. However, I think she played a huge role in the darkness of Sean Combs by covering up a lot of things, not reporting a lot of things. And ultimately, in my own opinion, some of y'all might not like it. However, I truly believe Kim Porter was in the know about a lot of things dealing with this dark, sinister hip-hop mogul. And sometimes, I wish she would have made, at some point, I wish she would have made the decision that for the love of her children should outrule fame and the cost of fame any day. Okay, that's just my own opinion. That is in my own opinion. Sometimes we pay a price, okay? And I'm not blaming Kim Porter. Let me be clear. She knew this was a fruity patootie up from the hootie. And that's keeping it nice. She knew all the nefarious and dangerous things that this man was in. Ultimately, did it cost her life? It's a lot. According to I'll Be Sure, allegedly, he's saying that there's some foul play. Kim Porter absolutely was murked by Sean Combs. Then the question is there enough evidence and can we prove it? Let's be clear. There is a lot going on with this here trial. At the end of the day, I believe Diddy will get absolutely some type of justice. What's up, King Kai in the building? I believe Diddy will absolutely be charged with something. But does the Fed have 100% ironclad case so far? Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. And this is the only judge opinion. Talk down, grown. I love you too. Make sure y'all go like, share, comment, and subscribe to everybody's in the chat. Shout out to the replayers. I'm Judge Shady Court. Listen, shout out to Cassie, and let me be clear about this. Sometimes when you're young it is what it is. We make some decisions that can change the way we do things for the rest of our lives. However, God has kept this young lady to now get up on a stand. Thank you, baby. Get up on a stand and testify. She has the absolute power to change the game of hip hop, the way artists are presented. Because y'all know Cassie was alleging that the man, Puff Daddy, was holding her catalog of music. She said she had written over 100 plus songs. He absolutely controlled this young lady's life. And when you're young, you know, we see little butterflies. We make some absolute dumb choices. However, today she's a mother of 3, a wife, and she is standing strong. Cassie strong. She is telling exactly what had went down. Listen, let's be clear about a few things. I believe if you do the crime, you absolutely must do the time. However, I believe that we're going to need a little more from the state. Now, y'all know how the feds do. They'll pull out a surprise move at the end of the day. They will pull out a little something, okay? For you know it, all hell be done broke loose. They'll pull out a little something. However, so far what I'm seeing is Cassie and other women possibly are victims to some of the most disgusting and devastating abuse that we've ever witnessed from someone so powerful in Hollywood, okay? And I absolutely believe this beaver tooth Bama should get everything that he deserves, okay? However, we must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Sean Diddy Combs is guilty, okay? Let's be clear about that. We can't sit here and we cannot try to decipher the fact. Now, let me go over real quick coercion. Coercion, remember that word because I think they absolutely proved it.
So what is coercion? Coercion is when someone is put in a position where technically they could say no, but if they don't agree to what someone else wants them to do, that person will enforce consequences. So these aren't like natural consequences. These are consequences that someone in a position of power enacts onto someone else in an attempt to control them. So when a therapist says, you don't have to take medication, but unless you go to a psychiatrist and get on medication, I'm not going to see you anymore, that is coercion. Or when an abusive partner says, you don't have to sleep with me. I'm not making you. But you know that if you don't, they will give you the cold shoulder and treat you badly for the foreseeable future. That's coercion. Coercion is when someone is given the illusion of choice, the illusion of agency and autonomy, but actually their autonomy and agency is being stripped from them because they are being forced to choose between their autonomy and their agency and some other need for safety, connection, or resources. So then when you agree to take the meds or sleep with someone when you don't really want to, or anything else that you are being coerced into doing, the person coercing you can point the finger and say, well, you chose to, you agreed to.
All right, so guys, once again, be advised. I think that the prosecution absolutely did prove coercion, which could equate to racketeering once you're able to prove it. Man, I think they did that, okay? I think they absolutely did that. The defense, I don't know what they're over there doing. It's not strong enough. However, it's still early. This trial is expected to take a couple of weeks, okay? I think they said 8 weeks or something like that. However, will Sean Combs, okay, be held to the fire for all of the things that he absolutely alleging by the feds that he has done? We will see. We absolutely will see. If you refuse a freak off, yeah. So like I was saying, I think they absolutely did approve that from the text messages that Cassie shared and all that kind of stuff. Man, it's really, really crazy. I want to thank y'all for rocking with me this evening. Sean Diddy Combs is officially on trial. All right, for a plethora of charges. Ultimately, what will stick? However, there's more to come in this case. Stay tuned. I am Judge Shady Court. Once again, shout out to all of you. Shout out to the replayers and the new jurors. This is Judge Shady Court, where we mind our business, we pick and choose our battles, and a mother could never. Court is now adjourned. I am Judge Evie, and I'm officially out of here. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all soon. Did Diddy do it? Did Diddy do it? Did he do it? Did Diddy do it? Did Diddy do it? Did Diddy do it? What y'all think? Did he do it? Did Diddy do it?
I feel not.
All right, guys. Much love. Yep, he done did it. Thank you, baby. Much love. Thank you so much, Vibrant. I love you a bunch. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am Judge Shady Court, where you learn a little something. You got it right. Yeah, I don't stay too long. Y'all know how we do. We get in and out. I love you guys a bunch. Be safe and never let them see you sweat right here. Stay safe on this ninja net. Lord knows it's out of control. Every 5 minutes is a new beef happening. We're going to get into that. And guess who's back? Guess who's back on the ninja net? I'm Judge Shady Court, y'all. And I am out.